welcome into the stream. So I know originally this was going to be a continuation of um, trip recap. It's been a couple weeks we were doing that, and then because I was off on a jaunt last week, we did not have scrap room Sunday. But Sam, um, I came home from my trip kind of with a cold. A little bit has settled into my chest, so I want to apologize up front. Sorry, Peaches is doing something. If I have like a coughing fit in the middle of the stream, Sam is kind of like a little dizzy, and so he's laying down. He ended up not going to work today, he is just kind of chilled out, sleeping. You can't see her, but she's right behind me. Let's see if you can see her. There she is. There's the Peaches laying on top of scrapbook albums. So I thought that today I would kind of, sorry, you guys are really close now. I'd share some mail with you that I got and give you a little bit of a recap of the week that I just spent because it was so fantastic and I want to share with you guys. I will preface anything to do with the week by saying I am not mentioning any names. The only thing I will say is that my friends do live in Kansas City, and no, it was not Myers and the Mouse. I've gotten a lot of questions about that over the past week. No, I was not with Myers and the Mouse. I am allowed to have two friends in the same area. So first of all, I'll start with mail. So this is mail that came in today. So the first thing that we got was the thank you for joining us lithograph for Mickey Mouse, and it just says Hall Family Vacation, and it does have a little QR code over here in the corner, and I'll show you that in a second. It just says thank you, your pal Mickey, and it is a lithograph, and it does come with a little overlay um, that just says thank you for coming and taking a vacation with Disney World, and then it talks about downloading the Play Disney app. If you are wondering how to get one of these lithographs, from the extensive research that I have done, it does look like you have to book a package through Disney or with your travel agent, which I am a travel agent, don't forget. You do have to book the package in order to get the lithograph. Some people have said that they have gotten them for booking a room only, but 9 times out of 10, um, they don't get one if they just book a room. Hello, Stevie Lee. Welcome in. So the other thing that I got was so cool, and it's this. I'll start by showing you the Certificate of Authenticity. It is a College of Disney Knowledge Graduation Recognition lithograph. Okay. I am going to have this framed, and I'm going to hang this up in my new craft area because it's just wow. I mean, if you know me, you know that being a travel agent has been something that I've wanted to do for several years. And this is, yes, I do it and I have a Facebook and um I post things, but like this, it's tangible. Like I can feel it. I can look at it. Oh my gosh, it's like embossed like on the page, so I can feel College of Disney Knowledge right here. It's absolutely amazing, and I almost cried when it came in the mail today. Something else that you're gonna I haven't decided exactly where I'm gonna put it, but I want it close. Is this little statue right here. This statue is very special to me. It survived the fire because it was in some storage things that were at my parents'. So it belonged to Howard. Brenda, welcome in. But here it is. This is my statue that I got that belonged to Howard. It's got a little dragon. It's got a dragon and a little girl on it. And so this is going to be sitting here with me in my craft space. I don't know where exactly. Right now it's just kind of over here on the corner of my desk. You can see that like it had kind of broke and my dad fixed it for me. But this it's so special, and I'm just trying to decide where I want to put it. Right now, it's like right at the corner, of my computer at the edge of my work desk. Um, and that may be where it stays for a little while. I don't exactly have a home for it quite yet. Um, but like there's plenty of space and stuff over here that I can put it. I know several of you. I know in particular, a couple of people have said, Lena, we want to see a tour of your new craft room. Not yet. I promise you will get one. I promise I will video it and I'll do a live and a video, but you don't get to see it quite yet. If you were on Craft and Chat yesterday, I actually mentioned that Saturday night I turned on StreamYard and I turned on my web camera and I cleaned inside the peripherals of my camera because that's all I felt like doing. Um, And then yesterday I ended up bowing out of Sunday Nerd Talk, and yesterday's stream was postponed to today. So it's not a whole lot has gotten done. Thank you, Jessica Riley. Thank you so much. I'm very, very excited. So this last week, so the Friday before Super Bowl, Sam got off work at lunch, and we drove up to Kansas City. We got there, I want to say between a little our estimated goal was that we thought would be 3 o'clock, but we actually got there I think a little before 3, and we waited on her husband to get home from work, and we just did tacos and we played a game on the Xbox called Drawful. It's really fun. It's through Jackbox Games, and like you're given a prompt and you have to draw something on your phone or your tablet that corresponds to this little prompt that you're given. And oh my gosh, some of those prompts are hard. Some of the prompts we actually just started writing it out, like, and so because it was like, yeah, there's no way. I think Sam had one that was Al Capone's skull. Like, it's a skull. How should we know it's actually Al Capone's skull? It was funny. So it was a lot of fun. Saturday we got up. Um, the girls went out scrapbook shopping, of course. Um, and we went to a couple different scrapbook stores, and I picked up some paper and I love this art glitter glue. Not a sponsor. And it's not really glitter glue. See, it's not really glitter glue. It's just a white glue, but it's amazing. It dries clear. It dries smooth. It doesn't do a lot of bubbles. If you caught my earlier in the channel when I first started doing, I did a favorites week, and art glitter glue is featured in that. So I bought another little bottle of that. Just like a few random little things, here and there. The guys went and played Top Golf, which if you don't know what Top Golf is, it's like a putting range, like, and you're aiming for points. It's a lot of fun. We actually had done it with them when we were up over the 4th of July and hung out with them. And then that night, the girls went into the craft room. Her husband went kind of hang out on his phone, and Sam cooked dinner. We had homemade fettuccine alfredo with garlic bread, and then I think we played games again. We played more Drawful, I'm pretty sure. And then Sunday, we got up and went axe throwing. Yes, they trusted Lena with live axes. Like, I thought, like, if you think this is like the edge of the axe, I honestly thought they were going to have like something on the edge, like to cover like the blade. Oh no, you're throwing a live blade at a wall of wood. It was fun. I disturbed them because right off, like, when you're doing the training, it's like really difficult because they're like trying to gauge where you should be throwing from, and like because you're throwing from your hands. Now, literally, you put your hands behind your head and you throw a live axe, and you'll have to watch the video. And the video is is compiled of a whole bunch of clips of us throwing axes. Not a whole lot of talking because we were laughing too hard at each other. But it's a whole bunch of clips of us throwing these axes. But once the guy kind of showed us and laughed, like it was almost like we kind of chilled out a little bit. We weren't like stressed out so much. And right off the bat, I throw a 6, dead center. And so my nickname the rest of the time we were playing was Constance because I love Constance from the Haunted Mansion. Cricket Fox, welcome in. My head feels about like this big, so I am feeling better. I've been sleeping and laying down a majority of the day. So thank you for asking. Um, so we went axe throwing, and it was so much fun, and I would so do it again. Because it was Super Bowl Sunday, they had a special for like a meal deal. Like it got a drink and 4 of their little sliders, and fries and a waffle. It was so funny. Burgers and waffle. Um, Sam had it. It was made more sense to get because you could get a soft drink or an alcoholic beverage, and it made more sense for Sam to be able to have the alcoholic beverage and just pay for a Coke for me. So we did that, and it was the sliders were fantastic. They were so good. The waffle wasn't as great, and I don't know if that's just simply because we ate it last or if it just like it was like sitting there too long. I don't know. But I 100% would order the sliders again, but probably not the waffle. So after we finished that up, it was probably about 2 o'clock when we finished axe throwing because we were there about an hour or so, and because we were like the only people in there because everybody else was getting ready for Super Bowl watch parties, they really kind of let us go a little past our time. And like they came over and showed us some trick shots, and I actually was able to throw one-handed over my head and made it a couple times. We don't have any videos of that because at that point we were just all trying to figure out the trick shots. um but it was a lot of fun and we would do it again. So Sam left to come home because he had to go to work the next day, and thus began the week of crafting. Oh, thank you, Cricket Fox. Mwah. um And so the first thing that we did was we had to go to the scrapbook stores while we were out. Like we were getting ready to spend a week of crafting. Um, so we stopped by Michael's, and I found they were having a buy one get two free on their hot buy items. And sorry, I keep there's something right in the middle of my glasses. Um, and so I found the I going back to Saturday, I couldn't decide what project I was going to work on, and I kid you not, I had one, two, three, four, 4 bags of paper full. I kid you not, 4 bags of paper. And then I came home with more, but I didn't know what kind of project I wanted to work on. So we were talking about like the upcoming cruise that Sam and I are going in December, and I'm like, oh, maybe I could make a scrapbook as part of the fish one night of the fish extenders gift. And she's looking at me like, what? Are you nuts? Like literally she's like, you're going to do a scrapbook album and put that much work in it for someone you don't know? And I'm like, yeah, I think I will. And she's like, well, I'd do like 10 pages and, be good, be good. Oh my gosh, Brenda, it's your first live with me? Oh, so glad to have you. I apologize, I'm not usually this scatterbrain, but I have a cold, and so between the NyQuil and Alka-Seltzer, my brain is like, woo. So I'm not normally this. Actually, I am normally scatterbrain, but not this delirious. So she's like, well, I would do like 10 pages and be done. I'm like, no, I think I'm gonna do like 15 or I had a number in my head. I don't remember what it was, but like I'm gonna do a layout for this and this. Like I had it planned out. And then when we got the albums, they were so adorable. And I will grab one here in a minute because Peaches is laying on them. Excuse me. I'm like, I'm just gonna fill the album. And she's still sitting here looking at me like, really? You're going to really? Really? So she's like, you're gonna do a gift a night and you're going to do a full album? And I'm like, no. Curly T, welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm like, no, I'm going to make this my my fish extender gift. This will be the only thing I'm going to do. I'll give it to him the first night, and then I'll be done. So there is enough for 30 layouts in the book, and I'm roughly about halfway done. I've been working on some title pieces for like the princess meets. So like this is one of them. This is for Belle. And I actually have two different ones for Belle because my app decided to, I was going to do this for all 6 of them, but then my app crashed and I forgot to save my project. So I couldn't remember how big I'd made it. So I just took the negatives and made the other 3. So 3 of them are unique. It worked out. So I've worked through about a quarter of the book so far, during the course of the week. So we went to Michael's, I picked up the albums, and we picked up some paper and things that she needed. And we went there, and we went to Tuesday mornings, and we went to Joann's because those are the 3 craft stores that are open on Sundays. Hobby Lobby is not open on Sunday. They are a faith-based business, so they choose not to be open on Sunday. And then we headed back to the house because her husband's like look, almost like you could see him just looking at his watch going, guys, do you realize what time it is? Do you realize what time it is? Do you realize what time it is? Because he was wanting to watch the Super Bowl. We were like, yeah, we really don't care. I don't even know what, I think we ended up watching How I Met Your Mother, or starting out on that series while we were up there. And so Sam is messaging me and giving me live updates of the game, and we're listening to her husband you go, oh yeah, or oh, or no, or the half listening that you're doing, go, oh, something good must have happened, or oh, something bad must have happened. And then it's like 8 minutes to go, and the Chiefs were trailing by, it's that point where they were trailing right before they got their big oomph to go and win the Super Bowl. And literally we pounded down the stairs, and we were sitting down there for like probably, because 10 minutes in a football game could last an hour depending on how many timeouts and things that each team still has left, and penalties and all that kind of stuff. So we finished up the game, and we were where they live, we were close enough that we could hear the fireworks from Chiefs Stadium because they were having like a big watch party down there. So like, because we were watching through Hulu Live, there was like a 2-minute delay. Sam had a minute delay through the NFL app, and we had a 2-minute delay. So Sam would be like, such and such happened, and I'm thinking, no, it hasn't. Oh, he's ahead of us. And then all of a sudden we'd hear fireworks, and we go, oh my gosh, something good must have happened. And we were screaming around and jumping around the living room. And then we had to have Chipotle. So I ordered Chipotle, and we had that for dinner that Sunday. Mike Wheeler, welcome back to the stream. PTV must be done with their daily dose of Disney. And so we ended up kind of probably not too long after it was over, because the partying went on all night long. You could hear fireworks and stuff going off really all night. And so Tuesday we got up and had coffee and breakfast, and we crafted the day away. We had these wonderful sandwiches for lunch. She took a bagel, and I guess it's a play on an Einstein's Brothers sandwich that they make. She toasted a bagel and used onion and chive cream cheese from Philadelphia Cream Cheese, hashtag not a sponsor, and spread it on the toasted bagel, and then sliced up some cucumber and put on there, and then turkey and sprouts and avocado. And oh my gosh, it was so good. I'm like salivating thinking about it right now. And like, it's on my grocery list of things to buy. And so after lunch, we went back up and started crafting again. And about 3, because her husband got off work about 5. At about 3, she went down and preheated the oven, and we had lasagna and garlic cheesy bread for dinner. And the garlic cheesy bread was so good. She took like those frozen garlic cubes and melted them in the microwave, and then added butter and just spread it all over the took French loaf of French bread left over from Italian night and spread it all over that. And then took a block of Velveeta cheese and a cheese cutter and literally sliced it into slices and split it in between and baked it. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. Oh my gosh. Like, I did not go hungry at all that week. I probably gained weight. Um, and then Wednesday, it was the Chiefs Super Bowl party parade. We had actually thought about going to the parade, but then they're like, we're estimating over 1 million people are going to be there. And then if you watch the weather in Kansas, Missouri area, that Wednesday actually was snowing and cold and so cold. So we made the smart decision to watch it live from one of the news stations that was broadcasting, and we just spent the day crafting. And she had some other projects that she needed to get done. Pam's fam, welcome in. And then when Wednesday came, we were able to start kind of having fun with some tools and things. And we broke out her cuddle bug, and I was able to do some fun things with her cuddle bug. And then, I do not remember what we had for dinner on Wednesday. We had food. No, yes, I do. She made chili. When we were down having lunch, because we had like the sandwich every day for lunch, which was fine with me. It was great. Um, so she browned up ground beef and put together a crock pot of chili, and it was done by the time her husband got home from work. And we just added like sour cream and cheese and stuff to it. Thursday, we started playing with some more of her tools that she has, and I'm super excited. We've already just sat down and discussed that because I'm going back up to visit again in July, and I think the plan is for me to stay for 2 weeks. Um, so I will get to do lots of fun things with her then, scrapbooking wise. But she had some antiquing spray that was like a walnut antiquing spray, and I was working on some pieces for my book, and I realized that if you took the antiquing spray and sprayed it, and took a distressing vintage ink pad and went over exactly where you sprayed, it kind of turned the paint like it had a leather look to it. It was so cool. So I just did a quick live stream about doing that. Oh, back to work. Thanks for taking the time in to stop in, Cricket Fox. Cricket Fox, if you don't know, she actually is from over in New Zealand. So we love when she's able to take some time to jump into our streams. And Michael says you're going to listen in ninja mode. Your time to eat sloppy joes. Sloppy joes are also a great dinner item. Um, Friday night or Thursday night, we we had B-dubs for dinner, and we played some more drawful. Um, Her husband was laughing at me, like, probably about Wednesday, like, my throat was starting to get a little sore, like, it felt scratchy, and I'm like, well, that's, pet dander, because they have a cutest little puppy. Oh my gosh, he's adorable. So it's like, well, pet dander and elevation and temperature changes and stuff, all of it could mess with you. Plus, I have asthma, so I was like, I am burning this thing out of me. So I go, I want the blazing hot wings from B-dubs. And her husband goes, we don't have any fire extinguishers in the house. I'm like, I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. Noah, welcome in. So we ate wings and we played some more drawful. And, by that point, like, we were both tired and ready to go to bed. So Friday, we got up and crafted and did stuff until about lunch. Excuse me. Um, and sad panda Lena had to start packing up all of her stuff. I will tell you that when you're having so much fun crafting with someone, having to pack up all of your stuff to go home is devastating. Especially because you're like, we want we wanted to do more, and we had actually almost talked about me staying an additional week, but then we realized that this week was Valentine's Day, and I'm like, I am not going to be here while do Valentine's Day one, excuse me, I kind of want to spend some time with Sam, and I'm sure they wanted to do something, and then she had some things to do with family things, so it just didn't end up working out like we wanted it to. But so I started putting stuff away, and then we had to run some errands. That is the day that we went to Joann's, and I did the real time upload about the free for all. If you missed that real time upload, Joann's was doing a clearance day where there was no minimum purchase required, and you were able to get an item for free. And it was one item per purchase, not item for item. So, like, if you had 4 purchases, you could get 4 items. So I split my scrapbook paper I needed into 4 transactions and got 4 different items. It was amazing because like the items were like $35-$40 left over from Christmas. So I scored amazing gifts for Christmas. My friends scored amazing gifts for Christmas. And we bought stuff that we probably would have bought anyway. Lady Wolf Fields, hi, welcome in. You saw me on Amy's channel. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming by. I appreciate it. And Robin, I missed Robin in somewhere. So then it was time we had lunch and stuff, and we spent the evening for dinner. What did we do for dinner Saturday night? I don't remember what we did for dinner Saturday night. For dinner Saturday night, I asked the person who would know. While my friend and I were at Walmart, because while we were out and about going to Joann's, we went to Dollar Tree to pick up some things. She had to pick up some business card stuff at the office supply store, and then we went to Walmart to pick up like extra lunch meat and stuff because we had lunch meat sandwiches and stuff for lunch. And then we picked up one of those big Walmart pizzas for lunch or for dinner. And so we had pizza, and we kind of had some like leftovers, and then we played drink and draw. Literally, we had some adult drinks and played Drawful. Drawful was funny without drinking. It got really entertaining once you start drinking. So we played Drawful for a while, and then we played. There are a whole bunch of like that Jackbox TV games on the Xbox. And then it was like a murder trivia thing. It was really weird. Like you became like a voodoo doll or something. I don't remember much of that one because it was like almost midnight and Lena had a couple drinks. Jeff, welcome in. Rock and Robin, hello. So, Saturday morning, we got up and Sam packed up the truck because she had a crop that she was going to go to. I tried really hard to get in to the crops. Orlando guys, speaking of drinking, I need to get my mug out when I have some tea here in a little bit. I have an Orlando guy mug. I showed it on a mail call stream a little bit ago. Mike Wheeler, yes, sloppy joes are so good but so messy. That's why I eat them with a fork. So we loaded up the truck and we came home, and it took a while to unload everything into the house because not only did I come home with more paper that I took, but I also came home with more like scrapbook totes because she was going to get rid of a couple things. She's like, here, you take them. And I'm like, okay, because I need more scrapbooking bags, which I probably do because I can fill them with more paper and more stuff. I like stuff. I like scrapbooking supplies. See, we have decided, and this is something that we decided while we were shopping. Shopping for crafting items, whether that's sewing, scrapbooking, embroidery, crocheting, any craft, there's two different things. There is shopping for the craft, then there's using said items, and they're two totally different hobbies. And maybe 90% of the time they overlap, but not very much. It's more fun to shop for the things and then look at them and say, oh, look how pretty this paper is. I'm never going to use it because I would never have it again. Pam, you sent your husband to the store for Valentine's snacks. Good for you. So it was such a fun week. Um, Her hospitality knew no bounds. Um, I told her that I was 100% fine doing leftovers tonight. She's like, no, we have these dinners planned. And that leaves, leftovers for her husband to have for lunches. Her hospitality knew no bounds. And I know she'll see this in the replay. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I had a fantastic time, and I am so looking forward to July. Um, Hopefully in July, we will be able to live stream together and do something. She is working on some things for a job, and we aren't quite sure what is involved in her contract. So we are choosing not to. I don't want her to put this particular job into jeopardy because she is collaborating with me on my YouTube channel. That's all I want. I'm not going to answer any questions in the chat about it. That's what I'm going to say about it because I know how much she wants to do this. Like, come on and do like a live event with me or something. But I know that we have to just kind of wait. So hopefully, by July, hopefully before July, we will know. And maybe she can jump onto Craftin' Chats and we'll be able to live stream and do stuff when I'm out visiting again. So fingers crossed, that we can do that. I made some milestones on the channel this past week. I reached over 6,000 views over the past week, and I am up to 488 subscribers. I am 12 away from 500. If you have friends who are not subscribed, if your spouse isn't subscribed, grab their phone, their tablet, and get them subscribed to the channel. I would love to reach 500 by Valentine's Day. That would be a wonderful Valentine's Day gift from this wonderful community that I have lovingly found myself in over the course of the past year. Typically, Lady Wolf says, "Oh, I completely understand. I need crafting supplies, hoarder therapy." We don't hoard. We save for the next really important project that we don't know when it will be. That's it. We don't hoard. We save them for a very important project. So normally on a normal scrap room Sunday, it would be on Sunday. But I usually go for an hour. But you can tell that my voice isn't right where it's supposed to be and stuff. So I think I'm going to go ahead and end this at a half an hour. Thank you everyone so much for watching. I greatly appreciate all the love and support on YouTube, on my Instagram, on Twitter, on Facebook. When I posted that it was going to be canceled and moved, I had so many messages of wonderful thoughts and prayers and love from you guys saying get better soon. Don't worry about it. But I didn't want to miss this special time with you guys. I know I do Crafts and Chat with Mama Mouse. I know that I do Sunday Nerd Stream with Does Our Dream, Kinsey Days dad, myself, sometimes Myers and the Mouse. And but this is our special one-on-one time, and I didn't really want to miss that. So thank you guys all so much for watching. Again, if you are new to the channel, please make sure that you have subscribed, ring the bell so that you get notifications of all the videos. If you're new to the channel, I have vacation videos from our trip to Disney World that was in December. They go up on Tuesdays and Saturdays at 6 a.m. Central Time. Thursdays, every once in a while, I will have a travel tip Thursday that will pop up. I have some random videos of things that will be popping up on Mondays. And thank you so much again for watching, and we'll see you in the theme parks. Bye, everyone.